Huck 2, welcome to episode 6. You still got time.
Viral.
Still got time. Welcome to episode 6 of Sweeper and the Keeper. We are your host. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Matt. How are you guys doing?
How you guys doing? Yeah.
We're doing great.
Yeah, fantastic.
Before we get started, shout out to our sponsor, European Sports. You can shop for any of your soccer needs, your soccer essentials. In any of their 3 locations, you can shop online at EuropeanSports.com.
Love it. Also, please get a hold of Matt or I regarding Kicks to Cure Cancer. August 17th. Save the date.
Save the date.
They are looking to have people registered and t-shirts ordered for this event. It's $45 a person,
Yep.
but Matt did make a special announcement on episode 5.
Cinco.
Sure. So first 5 people, the comment who you think is going to win the Euros on that video. Not this one.
Not episode 5.
Episode 5.
I will pay for your entrance fee, which gives you a jersey, the soccer,
Well,
and the food afterwards.
It's not the jersey. It's
No,
a
not the
t-shirt.
jersey, the t-shirt.
Fundraiser t-shirt.
The fundraiser T-shirt, the soccer golf itself, and
After
the food
party.
afterwards. The after party. Beers on your own. Sorry.
I think it. Yeah,
I don't
correct.
make that
That's
much
that's the
money.
whole thing. But yeah,
Please
there's raffles. Yeah.
like, comment, share, respond to that video, respond to this video. We want to see you guys there. Soccer golf, great cause.
Yep.
We're gonna be there. We're working on getting a team together. We want to play with you guys, and you want to play with us.
Blinkety-blink.
So it'll be fun. But Jesse, what are we talking about this episode?
Let's wrap up the Champions League shenanigans.
Oh,
Last
some
time-
upsetting. Oh man. Okay.
Last time we talked about it was the second leg of the round of 16, which
Yeah.
was Arsenal, Bayern, Real Madrid, Man City, PSG, and Barcelona, Dortmund, and Atletico Madrid.
Yes, sir. You got a good memory.
Wild games.
Yeah.
What a thriller. I almost got my final prediction.
Almost.
A German.
Almost
Almost.
a German final.
We'll heavily talk about that
Besides
game.
a bullshit VAR call,
Hey,
but
Save
we'll
it.
get
Save it for it.
there.
Let's
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about
We'll talk
PSG
about
and
it.
Barca first. How about that? Ease ourselves into this.
Okay. Barcelona showed up, and then they let off the gas, and PSG just took over.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll put it
that's
that way.
exactly what happened.
First round, they were up 3-2, and then I think 2-3, and then 1-4. PSG just took over the second game, and they just couldn't handle it. I mean, they had their chances. They didn't take it. There was a red card, I believe. Oh, there was a red card at the start. It was.
What's his name? The defender.
Yeah, the defender in the second leg.
Which I think was bogus as
It
well.
should not have been a red card. Once again, VAR, thank you very much. But made a tackle, foul, no foul, whatever. Top of the box, gave him a red card, or you could, whatever. PSG ended up winning, which I thought was going to happen, but I wanted Barcelona to take it.
Yeah, you do like
Yeah.
Barca. You do. And I hate both. But I don't know who I had. To be honest, it's been a while. It's been a while since we last talked about
It's going to be a
this.
recurring theme. You've seen this song. Might as well get Aaron
Might
Lewis
as
on
well.
the podcast. I wish we could. I love that guy.
Yeah,
A lot
sure.
of memories back in the day in the military with listening to his music. But it's been a while. So PSG obviously beat Barcelona, and they moved on to the semifinals.
Yeah, which they met Dortmund.
Oh, and Dortmund played some hell of a game.
Like I've said before, I love a Champions League Dortmund. They're just different. They are.
They were scrubbing in the league play though. Like
Absolutely.
They were playing well, but they weren't playing good enough. Where they almost won the league last year, but they lost in the last game.
And they bottled that.
But they showed up, and the crossbar showed up and saved them. And they did enough to beat PSG, and they moved on. I mean, 1-1 games, 1-0.
Well, we didn't even talk about Dortmund and Atletico Madrid. We kind of just skipped. We did skip that game.
I'm sorry.
We skipped it a little bit.
So Atletico Madrid went 2-1 up in the first game,
Yeah.
and we were hoping that Dortmund would show up at home with the yellow wall, and they ended up winning 4-2, which obviously 5-4 makes them advance.
Yeah.
That was great. I love seeing Dortmund do it, and seeing that game made me think that Dortmund is going to make it to the final. I thought they'd have a good shot to win, and I was proud of them.
Yeah,
Being
very proud of
Bundesliga
them.
fan and being German fans, and I love watching the Dortmund game because all the old Bayern players that leave Bayern and go to Dortmund, and they were playing well. Hummels, oh my God, how many?
Oh, he was an
How
absolute
good was
hero.
he? Should be in the Euro
legendary.
Cup right now, and they snubbed him. But I think he'd be a good sub for last minute goal
If-
thing,
if
and
something,
just
yeah.
like Mueller is, he's the heart of that defense, or he was.
Yeah.
So it's upsetting to see him not there anymore. But Dortmund beating Atletico Madrid was great to see.
Fantastic. And then then them beating PSG was
Oh, that was amazing. Watching Mbappe cry. And that was like Mbappe, the last move where they spent.
before Real Madrid
man.
move.
How many millions of dollars have PSG spent on players, Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, to try to win a Champions League, and they scrub out. They can't do it. They can win their Farmers League all day. It's the French. No one plays in the French league. And it's like they come to the Champions League and they do well because they're a good team. Mbappe is a great player, but it's like they can't do it.
No.
All that money, all that time, all that effort lost every single time because money doesn't buy you a soccer team
Yeah.
unless you're
That's
in
true.
Miami.
That is true. Well,
But
don't get me started.
yeah,
Well,
Miami.
let's just do this. We'll skip right to the Real Madrid Bayern Munich games.
Skip over the Bayern Munich Arsenal games.
Because we technically talked about the second
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah, you're right. We did, but
We're kind of giving a brief, but
Oh, man.
skip the brief. I think this is
That
a
was-
real hot game, real hot
we're
take.
probably
here.
gonna spend a good amount of time talking about this game. First leg of the semifinals, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, 2-2.
Great game, fantastic
game.
game, as expected. As
If I
expected.
remember correctly, it was at home, and the second leg was at
Yes,
Real Madrid.
correct.
So the Spaniard, Benabago, whatever the hell you want to call it. Man, this was a very upsetting game for soccer fans.
I was at Dave and Buster's in Texas
Oh, that's right, you were on vacation.
because the German
Oh,
bar
man.
in town on the Riverwalk
Yeah.
didn't know I was talking. The manager was complete jag off. If this reaches you, if you remember my face on the Riverwalk, the German place, I can't remember the name. You're lucky, but you were such a jag off. The
Where's-
fact that no one knew Champions League, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, like who, what?
Where were you at when you met that fan and you were talking about the Champions League and Bayern and Dortmund and stuff? You kept sending me videos and pictures of like an older guy from Germany.
Oh, that was during St. Patty's Day
it
weekend
was, but
in Chicago.
I remember that because like you're like, this guy's from Germany. He's talking about this.
A
and,
whole
like,
group of them.
We were disagreeing, but we were having such a good conversation because
Yeah.
it's like he loved the passion and he loved you talking about football.
Oh yeah, those Germans. To talk to a German about something I'm passionate about, a league that I love,
Yeah.
the Bundesliga. To have a real German here in Chicago, in St. Patty's Day weekend, it was
Yeah.
phenomenal. I got his number, first ever European and German number I have in my phone. It was an honor. The guy was probably like, "This American fuck is creepy," but like,
But-
yeah, we talked about the Bundesliga. He didn't want to see Bayern win it. Totally fair, just like
get it.
most of Germany, right?
Because they've
And,
won it for the past 10 plus years, whatever.
Yeah, I can't remember who he was on the side for.
Doug, was he a Leverkusen fan?
He might have been.
Of course they were, because they were actually playing well. And Javi Alonso, or not Javi Alonso, what's the coach's name? Is it Javi Alonso?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He brought that team from nothing into winning the league. So
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, Real Madrid and that was leg 1. Leg 2, I was at home
yeah, that's
with
right.
with Basti at that time,
And Basti, who was his son, by the
Yeah.
way, if you don't know. Of course, Bastian Schweinsteiger, he had a name. We met him.
You
Shot
met
on
him.
fire. We met him first night after they lost in the playoffs. We hung out.
we hung out in the parking lot.
In the parking lot by the players' exit for an hour and a half, and we had some great conversation. Dax McCarty, if you ever watch this, I still remember it, man. I love you. We asked you how you doing. He's like, well. Johnny Campbell, I was like, at the time I had a nasty little beard. I was like, my girlfriend's jealous because I can't grow a beard like you. And then 3 months later, we went to the practice field and he was straight up like, yeah, I remember you. Your girlfriend's jealous because you can't grow a beard. And I've been a fan of him ever since. But we also met Boston Schweinsteiger.
Schweinsteiger's got calves like freaking
blocks.
I've never seen calves like that. Bigger
He
than
showed
mine.
up, and I swear, I think Jesse started to cry. Because it was
I started crying because he drove past us.
Yeah. And just his goal, high school, Schweinsteiger, and like everyone knew this guy loved him. And we finally got to meet him.
Yeah.
So we named his kid Bosky, which I'm the godfather of. Gabagool.
Gabagool.
Sorry, Nick.
Well, he's not Italian. He's black.
Quarter black Bosky.
Yeah. No Italian. At least I know of. I don't know.
So, I mean, we're just kind of running our mouths, but like,
we're running our mouths a little bit
about this. Like, obviously, you got a kid who's 6 months old now. 7 months. So, I got one cooking in the oven. Not me, but whatever. We'll talk about that later. But
Did you just drop that?
Things are going pretty good. Back to Real Madrid and Bayern Munich.
Did you hear that?
The refs absolutely huck-tooed Real Madrid and gave them the win. I mean, come on. The controversy at the end of the game, obviously, Real Madrid goes up in the 88th minute. They go 1-1.
That was brutal.
91st minute, they go up 2-1. Bayern at this point is like, screw it, we're going all out. They make a hell of a play down the field, and the sideline ref raises his flag for an offsides call. And as soon as he raises the flag, Bayern Munich scores the goal, the tying goal to push it into overtime. The ref blows the whistle. Oh, it was offsides. What the fuck happened? All season, all games, every single time. If it's close, these refs are taught to let the play on. Why do they not do it here? Of course, it's Real Madrid. Let's raise the flag, stop the play. They score a goal. Oh, sorry, we can't review because I blew the whistle. Bullshit. They gave Real Madrid that game. They scored a goal. Even if the defender didn't make the play because he stopped because the whistle blew, the goalie was never going to make that save. Bayern Munich scores the goal, ties the game. Ref raises his flag, they blow the whistle. Why not let that play out like they do every single other time? Go to VAR, figure it out. Guess what? He was onside. The ref made a mistake. That's why we have fucking VAR. Refs make mistakes all the time.
Madrid.
And the ref straight up to them. Like, come on. And the ref had a picture of him in the locker room. He had a Real Madrid handbag with their logo on it.
And there was I saw new videos of him celebrating with it.
And he was celebrating after the game. Like, come on. You gave that to Real Madrid. Bayern Munich tied the game. Granted, they should never let him score 2 goals in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, that was
that's regardless.
That was mental. You know how you get so mad you don't say anything to anybody? That was me.
And I get it. Real Madrid did what they had to do. They scored the goals.
Well, I put them to the side.
They scored. Bayern Munich is now back on the attack. They were playing defense at the end because it's the call at the 90th minute. Let's relax. Boom, they get 2 goals on them. And I'm still upset about that. But any fan should be. Even if you're not.
Majority, except for the Madrid fans, because let's be biased.
Madrid. And I can be unbiased all the time. If Bayern Munich did that shit, I would be like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Absolutely.
Real Madrid, that should have been a goal.
Absolutely.
I can at least say that. I have enough, balls to say that. It's just these fans can't. They're so addicted to this team.
Caught to it.
God, she's going viral.
You're having flashbacks to someone.
Man.
It's not non, bro.
Oh man! So it was very upsetting to see. It was a very poor ending. All the Bayern people, they probably got fined because they were going after the refs, and I think they should have. Oh, and by the way, those refs were scheduled to do the Euros. Guess what? They got fired. They're not allowed to because they made that big of a mistake. So that kind of puts 2 and 2 together. They were for Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich lost that game because of the refs.
Well, yeah, the refs put them in that position, but also Bayern, like you said earlier, shouldn't have never put themselves in that position. But
Yeah.
that ending was I'll admit I actually turned the game off before that moment because I was so livid.
I was watching.
I was so pissed, and then all of a sudden, I go to social media and I saw this blow up. I was like, son of a gun.
I think I Snapchatted you and sent you a message.
I was like, son of a gun. I turned it off because I was so
Yeah.
pissed. I'm like,
I mean-
it's over. But I was like at that calm piss stage where I was still not talking to anyone, and everyone in the house like knew not to talk to me
Yeah.
and shit. And I was just like,
Where,
I'm
like,
like,
I know Noir made a mistake, I think, on the first goal.
yes, correct. Where
And
he let it bounce
He
off.
kind of let it bounce off him. And, like, it happens. And Real Madrid, like I say, they scored 2 goals. And Noir made a
The
mistake.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Last minute goals.
Oh, yeah. How many overtime?
Screw
or
Bayer
extra time
Leverkusen
goals?
for that.
You got one season, and then everyone's going to beat you next
I'm
year.
upset they did botch the
Oh.
Europa League final.
So,
I'm upset with that.
oh, man. But regardless, like, I don't think Real Madrid. It should have went to extra time, and then whatever happens in extra time, it is what it is. Like, if they would have beat them in extra time, I would have been like, okay, yeah, you're right. They were the better team that day. They scored the goals they needed to score.
Yeah.
I can admit that. You can admit that.
Yeah. Oh,
Carlos
hands
can
down.
admit that. Our tech guy.
And he doesn't.
Production.
Yeah.
And he doesn't
Was
want
that the
to-
game he messaged the group at the
I
wrong
think
time?
he
He's like,
was.
it's not looking good. I was like, shut the fuck up! I snapped on him because he just had a message me at the wrong time, and I was just like, fuck, Carlos. I'm like, not now. That's how a little too passionate I am.
Yeah.
It's
That
you
was
say the wrong
funny.
thing at the wrong time. I snapped at him. I felt bad after. I'm like, I think I apologized. I hope I did.
I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
I wouldn't
He
have.
gave me the thumbs up. I did. Yeah. But I think he learned not to say
Yeah.
anything during those times until after the game, maybe. But I'm glad that our production is involved in it. He was
He's watching the games.
watching
maybe
or
he's
either
just, whatever.
keeping up somehow, but
Or just
it's
talking
nice
shit.
to see. I hope he wasn't talking shit.
Aw.
He's like, I'm just gonna poke the bear. But that was funny, and
Oh, man.
I did apologize.
So obviously, semifinals, Real Madrid go on.
Yeah.
And then we got Dortmund and PSG. Dortmund ended up winning both games, 1-0, I believe.
I couldn't tell you. Is
And,
that what it was?
I think it was, but I gotta say, man of the match, both games, that crossbar. And every single time,
Give that man the
PSG,
trophy.
like, obviously, Dortmund was doing what they needed to do. They were containing Mbappe.
Mhm.
And they were doing what they needed to do. They shut him down.
And I
And
thought
they
that's
hit
what
that.
you need to
They
do.
hit that
That's what you gotta
crossbar.
do.
They hit the post so many times. In the last couple minutes, I think they hit it twice. The one shot from like 20-yard line, they smacked the post. Everyone's like, "How did that not go in?" But I mean, that's what happens. You gotta learn to shoot better.
Yeah, I mean,
And I was extremely happy to see Dortmund move on because at least we could celebrate. A
well,
German
they
team.
went through first before Bayern,
They did, obviously. but
and
we're talking
that's
backwards.
yeah, we are.
Yeah.
But I was that close on getting my predicted
Yeah.
German final again in Wembley again.
Yeah,
That
would've
was
been
super
amazing.
close, and my prediction would have been fantastic. I would have, I think Bayern would have won it, but obviously they didn't get to that point.
I
But
think so if Sane would have played well. But,
all right, well, that guy's a whole nother topic.
Oh man. So
Let's get to the final.
the final. Marco Reus, his last game,
The man who died
the
standing.
man who died standing. God, that was so sad to see. Oh man. I'm gonna jump to the end real quick. We're up 1-0. Marco Reus gets subbed on. He's making some plays. They play it out of the back. It goes to him. He plays it to the center back, who then plays it
Center
to
or left back. It was
center,
either or.
yeah,
One of those
who
two.
then plays it to the center back or right back, and Real Madrid took it over. I think it was Bellingham stole it,
Bellingham got it.
sent it to
and then
Vinny, who Vinny, of course, who danced for 5 minutes, who should have been sent off because that was kind of fuck Vinny. But just seeing the videos of Roos, like that first pass is like okay, and then the second
Well,
pass just
the pass where that got
you know,
intercepted,
like-
you
you could see him die.
yeah,
This
that's
was his
they,
last
they
game.
called it the man who died standing.
And it's so upsetting because he's a German legend. He's a Bundesliga legend. He's been
Loyal.
He's loyal to Dortmund for 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
However long he's been on the team, he was offered so many times to move. He's like, no, this is my team. I'm staying.
Yeah,
And he's
I
done
love
so well with the team. And it's like
Always
this is
loved him.
his last play, his last memory is doing the pass to the pass who turned over to lose 2-0. Like Man, I feel so bad for him. I wish he was playing in the Euros right now. I think he'd still be a good super sub. You know,
I don't. That's a whole nother discussion.
I mean,
Germany's
I feel
national
like-
team. That's a whole nother discussion.
yeah, for the national team, it's putting him on the field at the end of the game and control things. But then again, oh look, he put him on the end of the field, and this is what happened. Why didn't he go forward? Why did he go back? They should have been pushing an 80 plus a minute, whatever it was. Real Madrid won 2-0, and
Of course, Bellingham celebrated like as he did the world's biggest thing.
well, so did Vinny. He did a dance by himself, danced with everyone, and after the celebration was done, he went and danced down again. Like, bro, you're not that good. You'd be scoring goals left and right if you were that good. You're no Neymar, you're no Mbappe, you're no Messi, you're no Ronaldo.
I'm not gonna say we're Real Madrid haters. I think it's just certain people on that team.
Yeah,
Like Luka Modric,
because
Tony Cruz. Well, no longer. Well,
I
after
love
this
Tony
year, no
Kroos,
longer.
I love Modric.
But like
I like
David
Bellingham,
Alaba,
actually.
there's certain people. I don't like Bellingham. Bellingham's a player that he's been carried.
He's young.
He'll get those stats. He is.
Yeah,
he's young.
very young.
But he's always compared with Jamal Musiala. It's like, oh, he's get these little numbers just
Yeah.
to make himself look pretty, but then he gets carried, it seems, and
he
I don't.
scored for-
Why does he deserve to be on Ballon d'Or? Because he won the Champions League
Yeah, no, he didn't have enough numbers. Like, if you look at the numbers for the Ballon
and the
d'Or
league,
now,
right? La Liga,
compared to like 5-6 years ago with Messi, Ronaldo, like their numbers, it's Messi, Ronaldo are up here. Everyone else is here. So like the level of soccer, I feel like, has dropped almost.
right? Yeah.
Like, and it's insane to say that because everyone is getting better, but I think it's a good thing because obviously Messi and Ronaldo are goats. They're amazing. And everyone back then, it's like you're the star player. You were so good. You're scoring all these goals, assisting and stuff. Now everyone is kind of contributing.
Yeah.
so you
everyone
don't
said
have
that
those
singular.
superstars.
Yeah, the singular.
Where the entire
superstar,
team
yeah.
is a star. So everyone's kind of doing the same thing, but it's crazy to see. And I'm just upset with Real Madrid because I feel like they're going to win the Champions League for the next. I think they're going to be a contender for the next 3, 4, 5 years, especially
That's if people
yeah.
stay healthy.
if people stay healthy.
That's a big
they're,
if.
They're getting Mbappe.
Yeah.
He's going to add to that attack.
And
possibly Davies.
the Brazilian young boy, 16-year-old.
16-year-old. Yeah,
16, 17.
He's playing really well.
Edmazine or something. I'm guessing.
I'm
I
not
think it starts with
trying.
an E,
Yeah.
but a young blood, a young fella.
So
He's like
I
16,
feel
17.
like
He's young.
it's going to be that Real Madrid's going to win their league. They're going to win the Champions League, and they're
On
going to be big
paper.
contenders.
On paper. Let's be real,
Obviously,
because
like,
you never
look at
know with
Dortmund.
injuries.
Look at Dortmund on paper. They should not have been in the Champions League final, but
No,
yet they were.
exactly.
And they competed. They played a very good game. If they would have taken their chances, they could have been up 3-4-0 in the first half.
Edamame,
Oh, God.
experienced young kid. My
Oh.
heart went out to him. And the first thing I said when he did those two massive dribbling mistakes, you can call, I hit him up. I'm like, he's inexperienced. That's
With
what it is. He's inexperienced in big games.
Almost dribbling forward. This old German dude who can't run is dribbling.
Yeah,
through
he's got
midfield.
like 10 pace.
And he sends this beautiful ball to Edamame, whatever, and he's wide open one-on-one with the goalie, and he takes such a big touch outside, and like they end
He's
up
young.
coming back, and like if he would have finished that 1-0 in the final, who knows what could have happened.
Exactly.
And like how many other times do they hit the post, or I hate Thibaut Courtois or whatever the hell his name is. Like I feel like they did the other Real Madrid goalie dirty because Luden, because Courtois was injured the entire season.
Kutez, whatever.
Yeah.
Clitters.
Yeah, whatever. The Belgium asshole. Yeah, he stole Kevin De Bruyne's wife at the time, you know, whatever. But, I mean, the guy's an asshole. But you're going to steal your own teammate's wife. Cool. Good for you. But you're injured and you're going to come on just for the Champions League final when this goalie's carried you and he made the saves and he got you there. And you're going to take him out for the final? I mean,
Let's be real though. He did come up big.
He did come up
He
big.
did his role.
Yeah.
But and then now you see Lunin in the Euros. He's struggling, and it's kind of sad.
What team is he for?
Yes.
What nationality?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. By the way, we got some sheepskin right here. It's really soft. I love it.
Yeah, I came down here earlier and it kind of freaked me out. I'm like, what? I'm like, whose pubic hair is this? And he's like, sheep. I was like, bah. Why do we have it? Don't ask me. He soberly brought that. I was like,
did.
were you drunk when
I
you bought
it at
this? He's
Home
like, no,
Goods
I was
for, like,
sober.
$60 and I was like, be nice to play games out here on the tile floor. Put my feet on the ground so they're not cold.
What games are you using on the floor?
FIFA?
Requires you to.
FIFA?
You can be on your knees for this.
No,
There's no cushion
you're
to
sitting
it.
on a seat and your feet are on the floor like a normal. human
Oh,
being.
so like. Okay.
So.
Monkey.
Monkey.
You sound hard tool.
Real Madrid obviously win the Champions
Yes, that's
And-
basically the wrap up.
League. Yeah, it is the wrap up. I mean, I'm upset with it. You're
15.
upset with it.
Good for them.
And I'm hoping next year we have some differences. It's upsetting, but
Well, no. Next year is the whole new platform.
I didn't really look
That
into
massive, stupid platform.
that. Is there just more teams or?
More teams and certain teams are above a certain line, and, are placed somewhere, and then the
So
bottom
kinda
half
like
has to
how the-
fight for
So
positioning.
kind of like how
It's
the
weird.
Open Cup is for MLS. Where
I don't
it's
know how
like-
it's broken down for the.
So the Open Cup
Open
usually
Cup.
like the teams that qualify, they start in like the round of 16,
Okay.
and like all these teams that are like college teams, semi-pro, or level 2 MLS teams, they have to play games in order to get up to that level, and then it's
Yeah.
like round of 16. This is like their 4th, 5th game where the MLS team is in their first game. So I'm assuming that's what it's like.
Maybe, but it
Yeah.
shouldn't have messed with it. It was never broken.
No, I mean it
That
just it
is
is what it is.
Champions
Top 4
been-
teams of each league, and then just go for it.
I guess. I mean,
so-
whatever.
Yeah. But obviously, I think that wraps up our Champions League final.
Wild Champions League this year.
We were upset, but I mean, at the end of the day, Real Madrid scored 2 goals against Dortmund and they won. So I mean,
Yep.
I gotta give credit to them. They scored the goals. Obviously, they shouldn't have made it there with some red card luck, some VAR luck, some hot tool ref luck. It is what it is. But we're looking forward to next year. Going on in the soccer world right now, we have the Euro Cup going on. We have the Copa America going on. So there's a lot to talk about. It's a great time to be a soccer
And
fan.
Olympics coming up
The
end of
Olympics
July.
is coming up end of July. The roster should be dropping in a couple weeks, I believe.
Hopefully.
The end of June, beginning of July. Who knows? And like the big names, who's going to actually show up and play, like the older players, because obviously FIFA doesn't want the Olympics to interfere with the World Cup money and all that crap. So it's like it's a younger team, but you can have a couple older guys. So it's a good time to be alive for soccer right now. So once again, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and share. Give us your thoughts, your feedback, critique, whatever you want. Fuck you, Velato. Jesse, wrap it up, my man.
The fact that we just no shout
Every
out.
time, Velato. Sorry.
Every time. Just you're viewing it, but also interact with us. We
Yeah.
love the comments. We've
Yeah.
had maybe 2 comments ever.
Talk shit to us. I don't care. It's
Yeah,
fun.
if we look ugly, tell us. Yeah, hey, he's got a big effing nose. Let's
I
talk
do.
about that.
4.6%.
Oh my God, we can see your 5-finger forehead. Let's talk about that.
And if you really want and you have thoughts, come on the show. Come on the podcast.
Yeah, if you got some knowledge,
We'll break it down.
let's-
We'll talk to you.
Exactly.
We'll argue, and we'll have a good time talking. So,
You
I
saw
mean,
episode. If you did see episode
Yeah.
4, we had Nick. So it was a great episode.
Benny Blanco will be on soon. So I mean,
U.S.
USA. guy.
USA.
My brother Benny Blanco. He's
Benny.
bald.
And he's got some extra skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh man. But thank you guys.
He's got a hood.
Thank you guys once again.
Watch.